from 7th B. Do you want to go on Mars or do you want to go on Moon? Experience to the journey of space, then I am ready. Yes, you can do this thing with the help of me. Who I am? I am the invention of the India's missile man, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam and his team. I am a super technological launch vehicle. Yes, I am PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. It is an expandable medium lift launch vehicle operated and designed by the Indian Space Research Organizations, means ISRO. Do you know when I was launched? It is a very special day for me. It is my birthday. I was launched on 20 September 1993 at Satish Dhawan Space Center located at Sriharikota. There were many problems for launching, but our scientists never stopped and finally reached their goal. PSLV is not only a rocket but a dream project of our government. I have launched numbers of Indian and foreigner satellites. I have successfully launched 2 satellites. First, Chandrayaan 1 in 2008 and Mars orbiter mission in 2013. Do you know? My height is 144 feet and my diameter is 2.8 meter. Do you know what I am eating in breakfast, lunch and dinner? I am eating solid mixture of solid fuel and liquid fuel. I am having 4 stages of separation. I am the best vehicle in the world. What do you think? You want to travel with me? Let's go. Count down with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Thank you.
My name is Sayarasnanda Kadlal and I am studying in 7B. I am playing the role of Rocket. I am Rocket. Humans have made me to go in space and do research out of the Earth. I have sent many satellites and I have used for construction of International Space Station, also called ISS, and doing research by carrying rovers on Mars and Moon. Humans have made me for doing research, and I am the second successfully launched rocket, Saturn V. My interior and system is very interesting. I will show a practical model to show how a rocket flies. Now rocket will fly in
any pilot to fly. It is remote controlled. Drone has a camera which can take any photo or a video clip. I also have a small jeep called GPS tracker. A GPS tracker tell all my detailed information and all the location where I am and what are you. Do you know first who invented the drone? The Amrutvahini was invented the first drone. He was born in 1937. He is also called as the foundation father of UAV drones technologies. The drones can fly 2.5 to 4.5 kilometer miles and 4 to 8 kilometers far and 600 feet up. Thank you.
I will tell about Chandrayaan 3. Myself, Chandrayaan 3 launched at 8 spacecraft in ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. Chandrayaan 3 is made very successful completion. It is India's third mission rover. Chandrayaan 3 is the India's third successful mission in the space, and it is very proud to say that Chandrayaan 3 is very successful. Thank you.
I am studying in 7th standard. Today I am doing role play of a satellite. Hello, I am G30, a satellite. These are my solar plate and this is my transponder. I am a satellite. Satellite is an object that is sent to the orbit of a celestial body. There are many uses of a satellite, including communication relay, weather forecasting, navigation, scientific research, earth observation, military uses, weapon delivery, etc. There are mainly two types of satellite: natural satellite and artificial satellite. Artificial satellites are placed into the rocket and sent to the space. At every period of time, one part gets dismantled and at last only satellite remains. While natural satellites are the celestial body that revolves around another celestial body. Like moon is our only natural satellite. The first satellite which was launched was Soviet Union Sputnik 1 on 4th October 1957. The first satellite launched by India was Aryabhatta, made by the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. According to the reports of 2022, there are 5,496 satellites, operational satellites. In that, 3,443 are of USA, 541 of India, and 172 of Russia. But there are some disadvantages too of the satellite, like maintenance, insurance, and the design of satellites cost very high. It is very expensive to make a satellite. If the plan gets successful, the money worth. But the plan gets failed, the whole money gets waste. Like in 2017, $1 billion spy satellite Zuma failed to reach the orbital height. But at last, I can say that the satellites are very useful to explore our mysterious space. Thank you.
Present over here, I am Kanchan Chandrakanta playing the role of Mangalyaan Mars Orbiter Mission, officially known as Mars Orbiter Mission. The special thing about me is the cost. The total cost of me is 453 crores, 10 times lesser than NASA's Mars mission budget. My main body is constructed of aluminum and composite fiber reinforced with plastic sandwich. I was launched in Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. After every 26 months, the Earth and Mars come closer than other days. So, I was launched on 5 September 2013 by Indian Space Research Organization in Dhawan Space Center. Thank you.
My name is Vanasvi and today I am here as aeroplane. Aeroplane, which is the fastest mode of transportation, which was invented by Wright brothers in 1903. I am very useful for everyone. I am very time saving. I am very useful for people. I am useful in transportations of goods from one place to another. The journey, which takes 9 to 10 hours, I make that journey in only 2 to 3 hours. Many companies who own it and are doing this work very successfully as companies are Air India, Air Indigo, Vistara, etc. Thank you.
Is Amrutvahini International. Today I am going to play the role of Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. This is an American fighter jet with very weaponized. This is very weaponized plane. This plane is with single seat twin engine. Everyone, my name is Amrutvahini International School. Today I am going to play the role of Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. This is an American plane. This plane contains a single seat with a twin engine, and this is very weaponized plane. Its top speed is 2,414 km and the weight of this plane is 19,700 kg, and it was first introduced on 15 December 2005, and this is known as weaponized plane because it contains the machine gun of 130 mm and which can fire 6,000 shots in 1 minute and can contain 8 nuclear bombs in it. Thank you.
You don't know me, right? So let me introduce myself. Look up at the stars, not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder what makes the universe exist. Be curious. Any guesses who I am? I am a spacecraft. I can take images of sun, moon, star, planet, everything. I am James Webb Telescope launched by NASA on 25 December 2021 on an Ariane 5 rocket from French. I can help you in time traveling too. I have seen this universe before 30 billion years ago. I am doing investigation on many fields of astronomy and cosmology, such as observation of first star, formation of first galaxy, and observation of potential habitable planet. My friend Hubble telescope has sent you the images of space objects in which it shows the space dust and space clouds in it. But I give you high quality HD images. I am 1,000 times more powerful than Hubble telescope. I have capacity of 13.6 billion light years. NASA took 25 years for my design and development with the expense of $10 billion. I have very big sun shield as big as a tennis court. I have very big mirror made up of 24 karat gold and its weight is 705 kg. I'm so cool. I can operate myself at minus 255 degrees Celsius too. I have discovered most distinct active supermassive black hole. I have sent astonishing data and images to you all, such as dying stars, formation of first galaxy, exoplanets, and many more things. Do you know, friends, like we all humans, stars do have their own life cycle, and it's really very interesting to see their lifetime journey. I have seen wonderful 5-galaxy cluster called Stephen's Quintet, Cosmic Cliff, and many more things. And I have already sent these images to you all. It was a really very amazing experience to see the exoplanet 1296b, where water has clouds are present. But then too it's not a habitable planet because it has temperature of 530 degrees Celsius. So no life can exist there. There are 300 billion habitable planets and 5,000 exoplanets in our Milky Way galaxy. I have discovered many such things for you all. I hope you all like my all discoveries and will remember me forever. Now I have to go. It was great talking to you all. Thank you so much.
My name is Amrutvahini and I am playing the role of Aryabhatta, the satellite. Aryabhatta was the first invention Earth satellite built by India. illuminations. Aryabhatta is 794 pounds and it launched to explore the lithosphere of the Earth, and on the fifth day of operation it was failed. So scientists has collected useful information from it, and on the fifth day of operation it was failed. Thank you.
I am Amrutvahini from class 9B and I am playing the role of Voyager 1 spacecraft. I was launched on 5th September 1977. My brother was Voyager 2. He was launched on 28th August 1977. All the scientists are operating me since 45 years, 11 months and 3 days. I was launched to research Jupiter and Saturn. I was introduced by the 10 instruments such as television cameras, cosmic ray, charged particle sensors, plasma detectors, etc. On 5th March 1979, I did fly by Jupiter and I have discovered Jupiter's thin rings and discovered 2 moons, Thetis and Mantis. And on 25th November 1980, I discovered Saturn's new ring and discovered 5 moons. After that, my new goal was covering this whole solar system and go and research about the interstellar space. Yes, this is about outside of our solar system. I was all the scientists. My all unwanted instruments like cameras were shut down to save my memory and power. I took over 60,000 images and my last image was about the pale blue dot. Yes, this is the image of Earth I clicked this photo on 14 February 1990 and I was going for the new interstellar space mission. I started this mission on 1st January 1990 and of course we were going opposite direction of the sun. So we both were introduced by the radioisotope thermoelectric generator, which was generating power by the plutonium-238 named active decays naturally created heat was converted into electricity. But only one problem is that this generator gets decayed and shut down. Finally, on 1st August 2012, I covered the a new record of traveling the longest distance in the space. And on 17 February 1990, I covered the interstellar space. And do you know I am having a surprise for aliens? Yes, this is a golden record. In that, all greetings are present in 155 languages. In that, Marathi, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Telugu, etc. are languages in which greetings are given. Heartbeats, rain voice, etc. is given for the information about the earth. They will get the information about the earth and they can help us. Yes, but who knows? We can only hope and hope me to achieve my goal. Like this, I end my speech and thank you.
And what we can see, satellites, how they launch, but you have to question that how aeroplanes fly and how airships fly. Airships means, in Hindi we say that Hawaii jahaz. Airships means not an aeroplane. Airships are totally different. Airships have their great history, but now they are not, what we can say, they are not in that much use. Airships were firstly invented by the two brothers in France in the rule of Louis XVI. We know about the Louis XVI so more in our history book and everything. Those two brothers were, what we can say, searching on the airship that how can we develop a one thing which will fly in the air? They developed two strategies. When we have to fly in the air, on that time we have to, what we can say, lighter our weight, means we have to lighter our weight than air. Otherwise we have to create that much force we can fly in air. That is second strategy which is now followed by the aeroplanes. But the airships are following on that time, we are following on that time the strategy of a first strategy, which was that make your weight lighter than the air. What they are doing, in the outer shell of the airship, there is a helium or a hydrogen gas. Firstly, the hydrogen gas was mostly used, and helium gas was not used in many countryside or not used all over the world, because the helium gas is only what we can say, helium gas is only made in America, and they banned to export of helium gas from that country. The firstly, what we can say, the largest till today, the largest airship was the Hindenburg airship, which was invented in a Nazism. Means we can say that when Hitler was ruling on that time, this airship were invented, and it was invented by Hugo Hitler, Dr. Hugo Hitler. Firstly, he was an army man, and then he turned his interest to the airships. I told about the two brothers who firstly invented the airship. What these two brothers, what we can say, observed. One day, those two brothers are sitting outside of their house, and the name of two brothers was Joseph Michael and Jackson Iletine. Those were sitting outside of a house, and they said that when the fire goes downside of the cloth blows upside. Then what they did, they took a one box in which they put a fire, and on which they put a one cloth. And because of it, that cloth get upside. And they studied on it, invent it, and they invent a hot air balloon. We know that hot air balloon, many are, what we can say, people are travels in hot air balloons for enjoying nowadays. But on that time, they showed this experiment to the King Louis XVI, and he accepted this experiment. And from that day, this, what we can say, invention gets started. And one man named as the Adolf Zeppelin, he studied on that topic. He was an army man, and because of his interest, he resigned army and he started to working on it. And when he succeeded, he have tried it 6 times. When he tried it first time, his airship get a blast in the air only. In another 4 times. In another 4 times also this only happens many times, but he is not knowing what is the problem in airship. And it's like the try till you succeed. And one day he succeed that, and he made his one sign in the history that he made one type of airship. But after the invention of the biggest airship in the world, which was told that this airship will never crash or everything, but one day this airship crashed. This airship crashed, and what happened when that airship is landing on that time? The electric current get formed during the atmosphere, and that airship's covered. And because of it, there is a hydrogen gas which is a flammable, and it takes flames, and within 34 seconds it bursts. And because of it, the reputation of the airship get decreased. Now the second question comes in our mind, that how the aeroplane flies. How aeroplanes take off, how they fly. We know that aeroplanes have wings, and all of you have experienced that when you blow your hand out of the window of a bus or out of the window of a car and keep it in this manner, it gets backside. Because of what? The aeroplane sits on this side. Means pressure gets created under this side. I have shown you one image that
Excuse me, Harish, your time is up.
this is the last point.
Okay.
see lift force, we know that this is in downside of this there is a more force and upper side there is a vacuum, means there are spaces between the particles of air. Because of it, that aeroplane gets upside. And aeroplanes have some another features like it have flaps in these wings, which will help to take off, which will help what we can say to land. And thank you.
Chandrayaan 3, as we all know, that it is a third Indian lunar mission, and Chandrayaan 3 was launched on 14 July 2023, and it is expected to land on the south pole of the moon on 23 August 2023. It weighs 3,896 kilograms, and it is one of the most lowest budget satellite, which costs only of rupees 650 crores. Main goals of the Chandrayaan are to study the geology and the meteorology of the south pole of the moon, and as it is rich in the water ice, and also to study the evidence of past and present life on the moon. And the next Chandrayaan is consisting of a lander named Vikram and a rover named Pragya. The lander will touch down on the surface of the moon and will deploy the rover. Then the rover will go on and he will explore the surface of the south pole of the moon up to 14 days. Then it is a very challenging mission, but ISRO is confident about its success. New insights into the evolution and formation, new insights into the history of solar system, evidences of the past or present life on the moon, presence of water ice on the moon, are some scientific discoveries that will be made by Chandrayaan 3. Next, the new integration of the growing Indian space program ARPA-VG. India is now one of the major players in the global space agency. Next, the indication of its success in Chandrayaan 3 only is further its ambition, and I am personally very excited to see what the future holds this ambitious mission. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Shresi Bharat from 10th day, presenting here as Messerschmitt Me-262 German jet fighter plane in World War II. Nazi Germany was a strong supporter of jet technology and developed its first jet in 1939 known as HE-178. I was not the first one who flew in World War II. It was HE-280 who flew for the first time by Nazi side. Nevertheless, I was sleek in appearance, had swift wings and was developed with armaments. Under secret development mission of 1065, I was ready even before the war. On 18 April 1941, I was ready for my first test flight. Certainly after a year, on 18 April 1942, I passed my third prototype phase with turbo engines. It was better than BMW 033 engines as they had heat resistance material shortage. It flew for 20 to 25 hours. I had maximum speed of 900 kilometers per hour. Thank you.
Path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the passion to get onto it, and the perseverance to follow it. Good morning to one and all present over here. I am Maria Kora from class 10, presenting myself as Space Shuttle Columbia. First of all, let us know what are space shuttles. Space shuttles was like a moving van. It took satellites to the space to orbit around the Earth. It is also known as a science lab as astronauts did inventions in it. Between the rule of 12 April 1981 and the last landing, July 21, 2011, it was our rule, the Space Shuttle rule. It included 6 members, Columbia, which is me, the oldest among all, Challenger, Endeavour, Enterprise, Atlantis, and Discovery. Space Shuttle Columbia is the space shuttle orbiter, first to enter in space. I undertook 27 missions and STS-107 was my last and 28th mission. 20 amazing personalities to space, like the first female astronaut of American space mission, like Elaine Collins, the first ESA astronaut, Earth Norwood, the first Israeli astronaut, Elaine Rahman, and of course, the first female astronaut of Indian origin. Any guesses who? Yes, Kalpana Chawla. At my last flight, February 2003, I undertook disintegrated and recently, and I lost my 7-member crew, including Kalpana Chawla. As you got to know that there were only 6 space shuttles and 2 were lost, Challenger and Columbia. I believe that we students of Amrutvahini International School will move forward in manufacturing the 7th, the 8th and many more. Will we? Yes. Thank you.
I am Sarishri. I am standing here to play a role on Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 3 I was launched from Sriharikota base station in Sriharikota on 14 July 2023. My aim is to go on moon South Pole and I am part of Chandrayaan 2. The Chandrayaan 2 is also go on to the moon and found the water and Chandrayaan has failed to find the orbiter in moon. Thank you.
They are going to play the role of helicopter. Firstly, I would like to tell you how I am a helicopter and I am a rotor craft in which the thrust is supplied from the horizontal to big rotors, due to which I can take off and land vertically, and I can fly forward, backward, and over for long periods of time. Then I will tell you about my ancestor Skro Sky R4, which became the first helicopter to reach the full-scale production. In America, the inventor Arthur M. Young started modern helicopter in 1982. When his friend told him about Laurel led in 1942, when he saw him doing it, he asked him to join the Bell aircraft company. After Young arrived at Bell in 1941, he signed the patent year over and started his work on the helicopters. His budget was of $250,000, nowadays $5 million, to make 2 working helicopters, in which he succeeded in first in 6 months, which was named Bell Model 1, and the Bell model was spawned the Bell Model 30, and then succeeded in Bell Model 47. My uses is to transport of people, fire. Nowadays we are also using firefighting, police for patrolling in the sky, also for moving one heavy object to another. We are used to move heavy object from one place to another by using ropes or some strings called air cranes. In military, they are used for transportation of big machineries like miniguns from one place to another, which are not able to fit in the cargo planes. Then I would like to tell you about when the war is going on, we are also used for fighting as an air force. Then we are mounted with machine guns and missiles as to target the ground. And last, I will like to tell you the parts of the helicopter. The blades are known as rotor blades. Under that there are engines, and which at side there are that is the tail, and the blade is known as tail rotor, tail blade, and over in the front there are window and the sitting arrangement, and that's all I would like to say. Thank you.
Now present over here. I am Pranav Rao and I would like to ask one reader based on my role. The reader reads, I can fly up in the sky, I can fly up in the sky, but I have four legs which helps me to fly. I can fly up in the sky, I have four legs which helps me to fly. I don't have pilot, but I have control of who I am. Who I am. Yes, the answer is drone. And yes, I am playing the role of the drone. The drone is an unmanned vehicle which is without human pilot or passengers. A drone is most commonly used in photography purposes, playing purposes, business purposes, and etc. I am invented by the most famous engineer of United States named Abraham Curry. My parts are antenna, battery, propellers, etc. There are many types of drone like toy drones and which are used in filming purposes and photography. I am used in monitoring the climatic changes and used in very serious operations of the Indian armies. Thank you and have a nice day.
Morning to one and all present over here. I am Gayatri from class 6B. Today I am playing the role of Rocket. I am Rocket. I am a space vehicle. I am a type of engine. I launch into space. My shape is like a long tube. I contain powerful gases. I am a firework. I quickly go into the air and explode. I deliver satellites. Dr. Robert Hutchins Goddard is my father. Tipu Sultan ruled India and used me in the war. Good morning to everyone. My name is Amrutvahini from class 6B. Today I become missile, a powerful exploding weapon that can sail long distances through the air is called missile and useful to hurt somebody or damage something. A rocket-propelled weapon designed for wars with high speed. I am a developed machine. I can fly in sky, but rockets have more speed than me. LGM-30, minute man-third by United States, is powerful missile and strong in India. The strongest missile in India is Agni-V. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is known as Missile Man of India and also father of me. I am provide to destructive powers. Thank you.
My name is Garvit. Today I am standing here to give you information about Chandrayaan 3. The Chandrayaan 3 is the third and the most recent lunar interspace research exploration under the Chandrayaan program. It consists of the lander named Vikram and the rover named Pragyan, similar to Chandrayaan 2, but does not have an orbiter. The Chandrayaan 3 mission by the Indian Space Research Organization ISRO is successfully lifted from the Satish Dhawan in Space Center in Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh at the 2:35 p.m. IST on Friday, July 14. The Chandrayaan 3 followed the mission of Chandrayaan to demonstrate to end-to-end capability of the safe landing and delivery. The Chandrayaan 3 is the consist of the lander and the rover combination. The Chandrayaan 3 is launched by the LPR-3 from the Sriharikota. The Chandrayaan 3 is the entered
around me. Sometimes that's why I am called rotors wing aircraft. I am very different from the aeroplane. Aeroplane can move forward, backward, side to side, but cannot stop or stay at the air while flying. But I can stop or stay in the air while flying. I am used mostly in militaries and tourism, etc. And I am used in disasters to rescue the people. Helicopters are so useful to human beings. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Amrutvahini from 6B. Today I am going to play the role of satellite. I am satellite. I am continuously revolving around the planet. I have big brother whose name is Moon. He is God gifted to my mother Earth. But I am artificial and man-made satellite. I am communication satellite. These are my solar panels which absorb the sunlight and generate electricity. This is my antenna which receives the signal from the earth. This is my translator which translates the message to the earth. I have many siblings. Their name are navigation satellite, broadcasting satellite, and scientific research satellite, and Earth observation satellite. Due to the broadcasting satellite, you enjoy cartoons and live matches on television. The navigation satellite fix the location on the Earth and at the terms latitude and longitude. The scientific, do you know how I came here? Due to the satellite launcher vehicle. These satellite launcher vehicles work on the principle of Newton's third law. Thank you.
From class 6B. Today I will tell you about the satellite. There are two types of the satellite: natural satellite and geostationary satellite. Natural satellite is a celestial body in the space which is revolving around another large celestial body. Example: Moon is the natural satellite. Because Moon is revolving around it is revolving around the earth, and the second is geostationary satellite. We can say it the artificial satellite. That artificial satellite is the machine which is revolving around the earth. It is revolving around the earth in same direction. Geostationary satellite is revolving around the earth above the equator. Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. That's why the geostationary satellite is revolving around the earth. The winning one was the first satellite which was launched in 4 October 1957. It has 83 kg weight, but it had success mission, and after 2 days it was not sending signal, and on 4 October 1958 it falls on the earth. Thank you. Today I am going to tell you about helicopter. Helicopter is a flying machine. It is used in natural disaster like earthquake and floods. It is also used in army. It has GPS and thruster, and it has only 2 fans, propellers. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm not present over here. My name is Santosh. Studying in class 6B, and today I am playing the role of the helicopter. Hello friends, I am helicopter. My birthday is on 14th September 1939, and I can easily fly in the sky.
which was earlier known as Agni-2 Prime. It is a ballistic missile and it is surface-to-surface missile. Agni-4 was two-stage rocket and it wasn't lighter in weight. It can carry 1 ton of payload. It is of 17 ton weight and 20 meters length. Its target was to achieve the 3,500 to 4,000 kilometer range. It was launched on 15 November 2011 from Road Mobile Launcher and it was successful mission. The project director of Agni-4 was Dr. Tessie Thomas. She was the first Indian scientist to take responsibility of this. She was first woman of India to be assistant project director of Agni-3 and project director of Agni-4. And it was a successful mission for her and her team, and it was a very successful mission. Thank you.
A very marvelous and energetic morning to one and all present over here. My name is Aditya Yogesh Tiwari and I am the student of class 8B, and today I am going to play the role of RH-75 rocket. It is said to be that a journey of 10,000 steps always starts with the first step, and the first step is me. I am Amrutvahini rocket. I am the first rocket developed by the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. After me, more than 100 rockets are launched into the space and many layers of the atmosphere. I am the first rocket in India. My height is 1.50 meters, which is very small according to the height of today's rocket, which are sent into the space for various missions. And my weight is only 32 kilograms, with having a diameter of 75 millimeters. I was made for meteorological and atmospheric studies. Nowadays, we get to see that the rockets and many aircrafts and spacecrafts are launched into the space. But before that, we have to take them to the launch site. Nowadays, these spacecrafts are taken to the launch site by the used powerful machineries and vehicles. But me, no. My story is different one. I was taken to the launch site by a bullock cart. Yes, it's shocking, but my weight was not that much that the bullock cart can't hold my weight. I was followed by RH-100 and RH-125. My launching became a great history. After me, in the Rohini series, there are many rockets which are launched into the space, such as RH-100, RH-125, RH-300 Mk2 and RH-560 Mk2. Thank you.
It is good morning to everyone and present over here. My name is Srinivas Sachinambe from class 8B. Today I am playing the role of satellite Chandrayaan-3. As you all know, Chandrayaan-3 means I am the third and most recent lunar exploration mission under Chandrayaan program, followed by Chandrayaan-2, where a last-minute glitch in the landing guidance software led to the lander crashing of the mission on the moon's south pole. I am being made. Chandrayaan-3 is the third most recent lunar exploration mission. It took place on 14 July 2023 at 2:35 p.m. I had begun my voyage towards the moon from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. India's ISRO's most powerful and largest rocket, the launch vehicle Mark 3, that is LVM-3, will carry it to the space. India aims to land the spacecraft on the moon's south pole. It consists of a lander named Vikram and a rover named Pragyan, similar to Chandrayaan-2, but does not have an orbiter. It consists of a provision module, and it behaves like a communication relay satellite. The rover and the lander mission get accomplished, India will become the fourth mission. India will become the fourth nation in the world to land a spacecraft on Earth's natural satellite. Also, India will become the first country in the world to land a spacecraft on Earth's on Moon's south pole. Thank you.
To tell you about Mangalyaan. Mangalyaan was a great achievement of India. It was launched on 5 November 2030 and reached its destination Mars on 24th September 2014. It was launched by ISRO with the help of GSLV rocket, and the method to reach it on the Mars was human transfer orbit. In this method, the least fuel is used. The budget of Mangalyaan was $74 million, which was the least budget of that time, whereas NASA budget was $949 million. The structure of Mangalyaan was just like an ancient ship. It was just like that. The cloth was put on the ship so that with the help of air, it can move front and front without the help of any type of fuel. Just like that, the antenna was put on front of that Mangalyaan so that it could move without the help of much fuel. The less fuel was used in that. Thank you.
Present over here. My name is Suresh Ambre from class 10B. Today I am going to play the role of Chandrayaan 3. Chandrayaan 3, a most recent new nuclear explosion of Chandrayaan program. The main purpose of launching of Chandrayaan 3 because after the failure of Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2 due to some glitch softwares occurred in that, I am launched from the surface of the earth to fly into the space. A very largest and fastest rocket LVM-7 would help me to fly in space. The main purpose to operate to send me on the moon is to know about the climatic surface and climatic conditions of the moon. Thank you.
When I am present over here, I am Cyrus Gadikar from class 10B and I am here to play the role of spacecraft. The spacecraft is designed to fly in outer space and operate there. I made many discoveries as that Titan is Earth-like structure and it has rain, water and rivers there. I am used for communication, navigation, planetary exploration, and thank you.
Over here, I am Srishti Dhanikar, class 10th, presenting myself as artificial satellite. So very firstly, I would like to ask everybody, what is a satellite?
Celestial planet. Satellite is a object that revolves around a celestial planet.
Well, that's the correct answer. A satellite is an object that, satellite is a body that orbits around another body in the space. So basically, there are two types of satellites. Very firstly, there are artificial satellites, and secondly, there are natural satellites. Natural satellites are naturally present in the space, and artificial satellites are sent by the man to the space to get extra information about the space. So, do you know who invented satellite? You might be curious that who invented satellite. So, satellite was firstly invented by the Soviet Union in the year 1957, and the first artificial satellite which was launched was named as One. Now, let me tell you some advantages of satellite. There are many advantages of satellite, but some of these are: they provide us information about the ocean, land, sea, etc. They also measure the gases which are present in the atmosphere like ozone, carbon dioxide, oxygen, etc. They also determine the volcanoes, the wildfires, and etc. Now, as there are advantages of a particular thing, there are disadvantages advantages of me and disadvantages. Now I would like to share some facts about you. A satellite travels about 80,000 miles per hour. Well, that's quite high speed. It has a better fuel economy than a car that is fearless. Than a car that is fearless. If you transfer all the data present in a satellite and store it in DVDs, then a stock will be created, and that stock will nearly be 4 times the height of a building, that is Empire Marble. And lastly, there are about 2,500 satellites orbiting around the Earth. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a great day.
वायु, जल, आकाश और अग्नि इन सबसे बनता है जो हमारा सुंदर जहां. These are the 5 elements of the earth, and Agni missile is named after one of the 5 elements of the earth, that is fire. Fire symbolizes pain, illumination, purification, and destruction. So first, let us know what is a missile. Missile is a self-propelled projectile used as a weapon towards a target. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the former President of India, is also known as Missile Man of India for his contribution towards Agni and Prithvi missiles. He is important. Hi, I am Cherubi Chetty from class 8B. Today, playing the role of Agni missile. I am the family to medium to intercontinental range ballistic missiles. Missiles in Agni series are inducted into the series. Our family comprises of Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, Agni 5, and Agni Prime. So these are my brothers and sisters. So now let us know some of the facts about my family. So first, Agni 1 was the first made missile in our family. Agni 2 is longest in length. Agni 3 has the longest flight altitude. Agni V or Agni 5 is the best missile in our family. Agni 6, can you guess? It is very hard to take it up. Why? Because it is the heaviest missile in our family. We were developed in DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization. We were manufactured in Bharat Dynamics Limited and were launched from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Coast Island from Odisha, from India. We have many purposes that we are developed. First, we are used as a weapon towards a target. Secondly, we are the backbone to the India's nuclear launch capability. So how was the information? Interesting, na? So is here anyone who wants to become scientist?